More and more evidence shows that not only do beings exist at the center of the Earth, but their intelligence is much higher than that of ours. Some consider this as the most significant discovery of the 20th century. However, due to fear of causing panic and controversy, this fact is still covered up and has not been officially confirmed by any governments. So how do we enter the core of the Earth? Is it solid or hollow? Is the Antarctic, North Pole, or Bermuda Triangle the entrance? These topics have been the focus of attention. The Lost Mammoth. Scientists found a fossil of a prehistoric mammoth in the permafrost of Siberia. At first, people believed mammoths lived in cold places. However, after research, it was found that mammoths were ancestors of elephants, a family that mainly lives in warmer regions. Even more puzzling is that undigested tropical fruit pits were found in the stomach of the mammoth. So how did it obtain tropical fruits in an extreme Siberian cold? This led some bold scientists to speculate that mammoths might be living in the underground world. Specifically, the mammoth accidentally might have traveled through the passage located in the North and South poles that connect the surface world to the inner world. Yet after arriving at the surface of the Earth, they were unable to survive the cold climate and froze to death with tropical fruit pits in their stomachs. These scientists, however, aren't the first to bring up this theory. The Arianni People. Bayard led an expedition from the North Pole into the center of the Earth in February 1947 and accidentally discovered a huge base containing animals and plants that had been extinct on the surface. Some of these animals, he reported, were mammoth-like creatures. Bayard wrote in his diary that it was unbelievable to see a valley with a flowing river and green trees. He wrote, quote, "This is the North Pole and it should be a world ruled by snow and ice." In addition, Bayard also discovered a huge landing base belonging to superhumans with supernatural powers and high-level technology. These superhumans told him that this underground world was called Arianni. Originally, they avoided contact with people in the outside world, but after the US military dropped 2 atomic bombs in Japan, they realized that the weapons possessed by people on the surface are likely to destroy the entire world. In response, they deployed aircraft to interact with superpowers on Earth. They didn't get much of a response. After returning to the US, Bayard attended the staff meeting with the US Department of Defense, where he provided all the details and reported discoveries to President Truman. He also accepted the investigation with the highest security department and the medical team, but was ultimately ordered to keep all information confidential. He obliged but recounted in his diary, quote, "That land is in the North Pole, and that base is a huge mystery." On December 24, 1965, Bayard's diary became public, arousing people's interest in the exploration of the center of the Earth. Radio transmission from Earth's core. Since the 3 essential elements of sunlight, air, and water aren't present in the Earth's core, it's commonly believed life could not survive at the center of the Earth. But as early as 25 years ago, NASA disclosed that they received radio signals from the center of the Earth. These signals suggested the existence of an advanced civilized world underground. It was February 4th, 1995, when Canada's weekly World News titled its program, quote, "NASA receives radio signals coming from inside the Earth," and predicted that the center of the Earth is surprisingly hollow. Scientists also revealed that the signals were a complex mathematical code and therefore likely from intelligent life. Claimed sightings. Modern people continue to hold that the core of the Earth is full of hot magma. Interestingly, if the Earth was an egg, the total distance human exploration has made towards the center of the Earth would equal less than 1/10 of the eggshell. Some interesting media reports have detailed the underground world described by people who hold supernormal abilities. After traveling over 220 kilometers straight down into the Earth and reaching the center, these people were all stunned after seeing a highly developed, civilized, geocentric, and beautiful world. The beings in the center of the Earth are not as aggressive as humans. There is no war there, and the world's countries are divided into regions for the convenience of management and coordination. The beings seen were described resembling Chinese people with yellow skin, who have a population of about 1.5 billion people. The total population in the center of the Earth, however, is said to be tens of billions, and thereby surpassing the total population of 7.5 billion on the surface. Tall buildings were also seen, with the highest one over 1,900 meters high, or about 590 floors. The languages used by the inhabitants were similar to those at the surface, such as Chinese and English-like languages. As a result, since they resemble humans in both appearance and language, they can often travel to the surface because humans cannot tell them apart. Those with supernova abilities say it's still too difficult to enter the center of the Earth with current human technology. However, there are secret passages between the center of the Earth and the ground, but they are hidden in inaccessible places and hard to find.